A cringy, a cringy, a cringy, a cringy, a cringy, a cringy, a cringy. He can afford his wedding. He can afford his wedding. He can afford his wedding. Pussy.
We up. Mayo Tree. Where is this guy? Where's our video guy?
Our camera guy's not even fucking here right now. He's fucking, I don't know what he's doing, shooting the breeze or some shit.
Are we rolling? Are we good?
We literally just started running the audio now, so we're actually rolling.
Okay, do you...
Too bad. We're not rolling for those 2 minutes. We're actually rolling for 30 seconds now.
That's
my water. Stay the fuck away from
Achieve
it.
Dreams. So if you guys are bugging about an air conditioner in the background that's annoying you, that's Achieve Dreams Now or Never Firm Studio. Budget-ass air conditioner running.
I love how it's hyphenated like a shitty marriage.
Yeah, it's like, if everyone's wondering...
Like, my wife doesn't respect me, so like I'm going to hyphenate my last name. I'm sorry, all you women that think you're like independent feminists by fucking choosing your fucking grandfather's name. Oh no.
My girl wants to do that, and I was like, I'm not going to marry you, but she's going to do it, and I'm not going to stop her. I love her.
Really?
I'm not going to stop her at all.
You just want to hold on to her heritage? Like, you're dating a white man. Your heritage is fucking done. Pack it up.
She's Filipino and white,
Yeah, I'll tell you,
bro.
it's a POC. Oh, yeah.
She's Filipino-Italian. I'm cleaning up that shit Italian bloodline of yours, bud.
Oh, that shit Italian bloodline? Aren't you fucking Portuguese?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
like,
Yeah, same shit. Same
It's all
fucking
some
shit.
shitty European. Actually, I have more of a gripe with the Portuguese. You guys were heavily involved in the slave trade, so...
We're
heavily.
not heavily involved.
You guys didn't
The
financially
founders,
benefit.
The founders, brother. Give us the
Yeah, but
credit.
the founder doesn't mean shit. You guys were really the true bodmans during the transatlantic fucking slave trade.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys wish you could do it like the Americans. You wish you could have that kind of
The
carnage.
Portuguese would be on the Mount Rushmore of slave trading.
I don't think so.
Can I get a repeat of that? Of the Portugal? What? Who were they?
They were the fucking leaders of the slave trade. They were the creators. The pork and cheese.
Shout out, Grandpa. He's from the islands.
Biological. What island? Portugal's not a fucking island.
No, the islands of Portugal. In the
There's
middle,
islands there?
The Azores.
Guess what? No
it's
one cares.
It's in the middle of the Atlantic.
No one gives a shit.
It's not really like mainland.
That's like saying, well, there's an island in Canada. Like, no one gives a fuck about PEI.
No.
I do. I love PEI. I'm a Canadian. But if you were to say that to someone else, like, oh, Canada has an island?
So think about it. These islands are in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So during that slave trade that they were doing, that was probably the re-up spot.
The first stop.
Or
Well,
like
they're not going
get
to re-up
some
from
fuel.
Portugal. They're going to re-up from Africa, obviously. Like,
No, I'm talking about for like food or whatever. They have like a pit stop in the middle of the ocean. They're like, okay, well, we get food we need for the trip voyage across the sea.
You know, it's
That's
funny
like the
because like,
transfer
Portuguese food is
location.
pretty good now, but I want to argue that it wasn't that great then.
It's just fish and shit and rice and all
You
that
needed
other
black
shit,
people
I
to make
guess.
your food taste good. Just admit it.
I'm also Polish. That sucks.
Yeah, Polish is also pretty trash.
There's a lot of
One of my
trashy
homies
rice.
is like a super Pole. He's always telling me, brother, come to Poland. And I'm like, never.
Actually, I feel like Poland would
You're
fuck
forgetting
with
I'm your
you.
black friend. You've lost your fucking mind? I have no business in Poland.
Poland's apparently actually like not a bad place to visit though. Like for fun.
For white people, yeah. Like, and I'm sure there's great things to see,
No,
like
you-
castles and stuff. But like, I know in general, like most places in Europe aren't going to be the most friendly to a black person or want a black person there.
I mean, you'll get a lot of fetish kills. A lot of chicks will want to get that like black guy, big black dude fetish off, and then
bro,
they're in town.
you can get enough fetish kills being in Durham, brother. You don't need to go to fucking Europe.
You are a fucking Eastern European. Your baby mama. She's Ukrainian. That's all the same
yeah,
shit.
She's not like a real Ukrainian.
It's all
bro.
the same
She's
shit.
not a real Ukrainian.
They'd be offended if you
She's
said
watered down as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to at least be one generation removed. She's like 3.
that. 3 generations
I'm
removed.
pretty sure her grandma's from Canada and like reps the Ukraine like she was born there.
They all
Like,
do.
you know what I mean? And it's like, and a lot of people are like that, but I'm just saying she's not like that Ukrainian, you know? She's like, is by denomination, not really by blood anymore.
Fuck the Ukrainians, bro. Another people, great people. I just mean
Yeah,
like...
fuck the government. Fuck, what's his name? Felinsky?
Not even fuck...
Something Jewish?
Fuck the
He's
government.
definitely Jewish.
It's just like I feel like they got beef. If I was from Poland, I feel like do they beef Ukrainians or are they like, oh, you're my brothers?
I don't think
you
anybody
know?
cares, really. I think they're just all like, fuck Russia.
Yeah,
Like, it's fuck Russia as the bottom line for them, more than anything.
yeah, true. So
You
they
know
get
what I
along
mean?
with them. They're like brothers.
I don't think they
sister
get
vibe.
along. I wouldn't go that far. They obviously have separate countries for a reason, but to an extent, it's always more about like fuck Russia than anything else.
So you got some fans in Alberta, bro.
Yeah, from the last pod clip that we did, it
No.
got a little. I want to say it got viral, but it's doing some numbers.
From a few clips ago,
yeah,
talking about. I tried to trigger you with an Israel comment, and then you fucking went off.
I mean,
about just being pro Canada, which is reasonable.
yeah. Well, that's my argument in general. Like, I don't believe that like Canadians should be offering aid to anyone but Canadians. Like, let's fix here first. Like, you look at a place like Singapore that's completely like resolving of itself, and it's a fucking country city. And it's running neatly. Like I
Apparently
understand why
it's
Canada
expensive.
can't be like that.
Apparently it's expensive, Singapore.
Yeah,
like
but
it's rich people.
But did you know that everybody has a home in Singapore?
I don't know.
There's like
I've
no
never been.
homelessness there because they've set up living for everyone. Like, and mind you, that might be some sort of a socialist idea. I know people don't like having the government involved, and I say this all the time. Like, I tend to lean towards the right, but I do have a lot of socialist ideas. I do believe people should have the opportunity to have a home at the very least.
Abortions.
I'm not saying that.
Abortions are good too.
Well, I think abortion should be mandatory.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have an option until you're at
Really?
least 25, or if you can prove that you had a healthy relationship for more than 3 years.
Why do you think that? That's a very unethical take. Mandatory.
I think it's about the kids. Like I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like people want to say like, oh well, I don't want to have unwanted pregnancies. Well, that's fine. Like let's make it so that people that want these pregnancies but can't take care of these kids don't have it as an option.
What a woman does with her body, brother, is between her and herself.
I mean, I want
You
to
can't
argue
do
that, but like
government mandatory.
women do shit things with their body. And I'm not saying that like men are not guilty of that as well. We definitely are. That's why most of the laws are to stop men from being pieces of shit. But like, you know what I mean? You give women the fucking first opportunity of freedom, and what do they want to do? Fucking get lips like a duck and fucking flotation devices for tits.
Oh,
it's like,
this girl had awful lips at my condo today. I saw.
I'm a guy.
Oh.
Like I like that shit. Like I think some women look fucking great with it.
It's mush
But
up.
I wish women would just love themselves for who they are.
Honestly, I gotta
The
say,
fucked up individuals that they are. I wish they would just love themselves as that.
to the ladies out there that are getting your face duck-lipped, you're installing a fucking life jacket into your chest, buoyancy devices,
There's levels. There's levels. Like I said, like
injecting a chin line.
I've seen
What the
a
fuck?
lot of women do these things, and I'm like, you know what I mean? You were pretty before. This worked out for you. You still look pretty. But I've seen too many women look like dog shit. Like look noticeably worse. And I'm like, how's the doctor telling you look beautiful and you like it too? But you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Buddy,
you like it, I love it.
It's an epidemic going on right now with me and my girl watch TLC, like 90 Day Fiance.
Well, that's why your life is fucked up. You're watching shows that your girl wants you to watch.
Yeah, I know, but you get into them so accidentally.
Some of them are good. Like
you
I started like,
get
watching
into
You, and like I watch a couple of these girl shows.
they get
you know?
decent. So we
do.
watch 90 Day. But anyways, you see the people when they first get on the show from the other country, and then throughout the years, they just fuck up their faces, Americans and non-Americans. It's like an epidemic. They get a bit of clout, a bit of money, and they're like, you know what?
I think that's the first thing that people want to do is like, you know, change their outward, you know, look. But like,
It genuinely looks like people are like, you know what I want? I want to look like I have an allergic reaction to shellfish right now. That's what I want.
You know what my whole thing about it is that people want to spend all this money on outward work, but want to spend no time on inward work, and that's free.
Wellness and shit. I've been doing yoga, bro.
Not even, like,
I call it broga.
I won't even say yoga, but just like looking inside, like looking at why you tick the way you do. Like, you know what I mean? Try to understand yourself. I feel like a lot of people navigate through life and never try to understand themselves and why they make the decisions they make, and that makes them doomed to keep repeating those same mistakes.
My autistic cousin was saying this to me at breakfast the other day.
He
And
can talk?
This kid's a tough listen. He's like an adult, but he's like a tough listen. He'll go like, yeah, I think eugenics might be good, you know, like he's just like really weird fucking kid. Anyways, not invited to my wedding,
That
but
makes sense.
but nonetheless, he's like my grandma brings him everywhere because she wants to get him out of the house. So like we have breakfast, she just like pulls up with
He's a
this guy.
fucking attachment, bro.
Literally. So he comes and he sits right across from me and he's like telling me about like mindfulness. And I was getting into mindfulness, but he's like awareness of like oneself and one's existence. So he goes to my nephew who's like fucking 5 and he's like, why doesn't he understand his like existence? Does he even know? And then we're like, no, I think he's just obsessed with cars right now.
He's fucking 5.
So he asked the guy, so he's like, hey, you, why do you understand like your conscience or something like that? Or like, do you know your thoughts? And he's just like, I saw a supercar. You know, like he's a fucking child.
Like, and that's what I mean. You have like grown ass adults that don't understand it, but like a child doesn't have no concept of self.
They might somewhat,
Barely.
but if they're obsessed with like something and that's on their mind.
in that moment, especially at that age too, when they're hyper fixated.
Yeah. He just
fuck
saw
do
a
they know?
Corvette and he's like, oh.
Yeah, that's all he's thinking about. This is a dumbass question to ask a kid. Like, you can't expect much from children. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my kid, like,
Well, you
she's
can't
super smart for her age, but she does dumb shit all the time. That I look at her, I'm like, yo, you're dumb as fuck. And she's like, I know, I'm a baby. And I'm like, yeah. I bet
That's
you
honestly
do.
respectable. The baby that's that self-aware.
No, she be self-aware and shit. She'll be doing some dumb shit and look at me like, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So why are you doing it? And she's like, you're right. She'll put it down or do whatever, you know what I mean?
How old were you till you realized Santa wasn't real? I feel like as early as I can remember
Brother,
personally.
my parents never told me Santa was real, ever. Ever.
They
I
didn't
never
even
thought
play
Santa
with
was
you,
real.
yeah.
I was a kid on the playground being like, Santa's not real.
I just figured like I just did the common sense. I was like, this doesn't make
You know what it
any
is though? My
sense.
parents were religious fanatics though, so they're not gonna let me enjoy childhood. Like, God forbid.
And Santa's got to be
God
like
forbid, like, you know
Antichrist.
what I mean? Like, you enjoy Santa Claus and like the mystery and magic of Christmas.
Yeah, fuck that.
You're like, it's all Jesus. Jesus did it all.
Speaking of betrayal, though,
Speaking of betrayal,
you've betrayed me.
have I?
Even Dixon,
30
and
shekels of silver?
even DB and fucking Hills are coming to my wedding, and you're not going to my fucking
Yeah, I'm not
wedding.
gonna be at your wedding, bro. Yeah,
That's
I'm not
so
gonna be there.
disrespectful.
No, I'm gonna be in.
Now they're gonna
First and
bail.
foremost.
This is so disrespectful,
You should have
bro.
planned your wedding
I
around
sent
where
you
I'm
a
gonna
s-
be.
I sent you a
When you
save
sent-
the date,
When
bro.
he sent me the invite, I already had my flights booked.
I sent you a
I'm not gonna
save
be
the
here.
date way back.
No, you didn't.
Save the fucking date. I'm gonna pull it up. You liked
do.
the message and gave me your fucking email. Even,
might have.
Even these fuckers.
I might have, honestly.
I'm gonna pull this up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I might have actually saved the date, and then I got in contact with my video guy. I'm shooting a video out west. This is the time that they gave me. I didn't have any other option.
You should have said fucking my friend, which I thought we were friends, has a wedding that day.
Bro, you're white. It's not gonna be your first wedding. I'll come to the next one.
No, this is supposed to be it, bro. It's
This is
all
gonna
I
be the
could
forever wedding.
It's all I could afford.
You don't think you can find another girl to tolerate you?
Nah.
I think you can.
I could.
Let
I
the money.
could.
Let the money come in.
But I love her. I love her.
You know what? It's good to love somebody.
If she goes out, she goes out. You know, that's how it is.
Jesus Christ.
Buddy, I sent you to save the date time ago. Remember, it was like this: sucking dick video. This is fire. What's your email for the invite? That's
a while
September
ago. Yeah,
2nd,
September 2nd last year.
2024.
Brother, that's crazy. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't have put that in my calendar. You're right. That's so far ahead.
I
you got
try.
me. You got me.
I try to invite the diversity to the wedding.
Yeah, but I don't want to be your DEI wedding guy.
He's coming.
I
And
want to
our-
be the second DEI guy.
Our DJ.
You don't have any other black friends, bro.
No, I do have other blacks coming.
Other blacks.
I have all races coming to my wedding, okay?
Well, I'm
Not
sure your
just blacks.
girlfriend's fucking a melting pot. And like
Yeah, well,
Filipino, Italian, Portuguese, fucking.
my network is quite diverse, brother. I have a very diverse network.
You have a diverse portfolio of friends?
Yeah. Not in their incomes, but like in terms
Everyone's
of like
poor.
background.
Everybody is poor.
No, I got my family. I got some family with some money. But honestly, I'm more pissed that I was banking on your gift. Guys, like,
This, you know what's
I
so
was like,
funny?
oh, this guy's gonna nice me on a gift.
This is so funny. So, being an adult is a very strange thing. There's so many things that you learn as an
Yes, I
adult,
was.
and you're like, oh, like, I have to do this thing, like, and you don't really know. You don't realize, like, when you're going to weddings with your parents, they're giving wedding gifts, right? So, like, I had gone to a few weddings in my early 20s. Go to the wedding, yeah, have a time, leave, whatever. Motherfuckers never told me there's supposed to be a wedding gift. I was
you're
talking to one of my
going to
white
the
friends.
gifts?
This motherfucker's like, yeah, I went to the wedding. I brought a gift. I was like, you brought a gift? What fucking gift? He's like, you're supposed to
have
bring a
to.
gift. Like, bring a little money to pay for the wedding. I said, pardon me? I'm like, isn't it paid for like when you fucking buy your food? I thought it was like, you pay
Wait,
for
you
the
bought
dishes.
your food?
Well, usually most weddings I go to, I pay for the food.
Oh,
yeah.
that's different then. These ones are like white
okay.
people weddings. The food's already been paid for, so you gift what like roughly the
No,
cost.
you usually have
might
to buy
been
your plate.
head.
It'll be like, a bill for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that's not like forced. It's just like in your card. You give money that
No,
kind
so
of
that's what I'm saying. It was
accompanies
kind of
that.
like, like this is what your meal choices are, so it's this much money. Okay, cool, boom. So you know to bring that.
So you paid for your food at
Yeah,
least.
well, yeah, well,
and
no.
the bar probably, maybe.
Bar was open.
Oh, so you made money on them on the bar.
Well, I
You
would hope
fucked
so.
them on the bar.
I absolutely did fuck them on the bar. No, I didn't actually. I didn't even get loaded. I had a couple drinks that I left early. I had things to do. I think I actually left that wedding to go to
Things to do, eh? What things did you have to
London.
do?
I was actually
This,
a groomsman.
oh, you're a piece of shit. Groomsman, no gift. Who was the background of the people getting married?
It was my neighbor and his girlfriend.
A white guy?
Yeah, he's white.
You're gonna be.
Yeah, but they're like normal white. They're not like high class white where they expect gifts and shit.
He's normal white. You're his black friend for when he's racist. You're that friend for him,
No, I had to teach him not to be racist.
and he's gonna teach
But
you how
this
to
is-
gift at a
wait,
wedding.
You have to understand, bro. Like, I'm someone that grew up like in the church, going to a bunch of weddings. But I was a child, so I was forced to go to them, so I never really enjoyed weddings. I tell people this all the time. Like, I've probably been to more weddings than
They suck.
anyone they know.
They fucking
I've been
suck.
to like hundreds and hundreds of weddings, different races, different cultures. So it's like,
Which is why
I'm-
mine was gonna be different, man.
Yeah,
I was gonna be the good one for you. I
don't believe that, but like,
we
I
were
want to
gonna
pretend it because
do
we're friends.
no seating, boat cocktail party through Toronto Harbor.
You want to put a black man on a boat?
My people are
Very
good at
sus.
it. My
Very
people
sus.
are good at it.
Very sus.
Not
So
only that-
Portuguese of you.
You want to know one thing crazier? The
Yep.
ceremony space is a colonial schoolhouse.
They have colonial schoolhouses here?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Like, they're like the native ones, so they're not offensive
It's
to
like
black
an
people.
Ontario heritage site. It's like an early colonial. Buddy, this is like,
I don't know, man. It's hard to like sit there and say was it hateful towards black people because everybody hated black people.
But
at one
were the
point,
founders
you know?
hateful towards black people? Probably.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Probably. That being said, yeah, you're a piece of shit for not coming to my wedding.
Yeah, whatever. I will sleep perfectly fine at night. That's okay.
No. That being said, no, I will. I will forgive you. But if you want to send a gift, I'm more than fucking willing.
Said it a while back though.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
What, send a gift?
yeah,
No, he's
time
right.
ago.
We did dig it up.
It's September 2nd.
It was a while ago.
I sent-
Yeah, I
didn't
didn't
save
put
the
it in
date.
my
You gotta make sure they
calendar.
Actually, like, bro, it's like,
He gave me an
I
email.
didn't even respond to you.
Well, you're you
send it
though.
again.
You're you though. Like
No, but like, yo,
communicating with you, I'm
honestly,
like, I'm gonna remind this guy.
I should have
That's
been
what
more
I'm
on it.
saying.
I should have been more on it, honestly. It was just too far in advance.
I'll be there.
Even Kat was not expecting like you don't have a last name on the invite. I don't even think.
Yeah, and don't fucking say it on the pod again, ass.
I guessed it on the thing, buddy. The reason we didn't pod last week is our video guy was grieving. So
Yeah.
sorry about that. Send him. We're gonna do a GoFundMe for his family. I don't exactly know what happened, but I will manage the
We're not doing
GoFundMe.
no fucking GoFundMe's
No.
over here,
I'm
nigga.
gonna manage this GoFundMe and take a 20% admin fee for myself to manage the GoFundMe, and the rest of the proceeds will go to. You want to do the Cheeto challenge? Let's do it.
That's literally gonna fuck up your shit, bro. White people do not do well with spice.
I do good.
Silly goyim. Spice is for blacks.
I went crazy on the spices last. Not true, actually. My girl is Filipino, and she doesn't like spice, and I do, and I'm white, so yeah. But we're like trashy spice.
Trashy spice? Is that a different spice girl I
Here
never
we
met?
got Cheeto.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I don't do the industrial spice. I do like natural spice. Like, you know what I mean? Like pepper from the earth.
So this is. You want to read the title?
Shut your bitch ass up, Hills. I do be sweating, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, I be sweating like a motherfucker. But I can handle it though, you know what I mean? But I be sweating.
What's it called? Tell
It's
the people.
Cheetos X extra hot. I know it's not 3 X's because we went to
No.
porn brain immediately.
Cheetos
There
extra
was 3
flaming
X's. I'm
hot.
like, is there cum in it? But it's 2 X's, so we're safe.
We're gonna be trying
Who
Cheetos
the fuck is
extra.
Who the fuck is we?
You're trying.
I'm trying it right now.
We're
fuck it.
trying Cheetos extra flaming hot flavored crunchy. What smart taste your buds? Cheetos suck, bro.
I am a Cheeto guy though.
Oh, you can use them as a candle wick in jail.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
not bad.
Nah.
They're not bad.
Yeah, you can use them as a candle wick.
They're not bad.
It's hot.
Hot though.
It's
Not hot.
Wow.
I don't like Cheetos either.
20
It's
bucks.
not super hot, but
20 bucks up back.
That would touch your butthole after
if
a
I
bag of
were to
chips.
sit there and eat like if I was to eat a bunch of them, yeah, I'd be
Who
close.
cares about- That's like, I'm gonna get these Cheetos so my ass could be on fire.
No, it's one of those ones though. Like the fucking particles are just fine enough where it's gonna stick to your poop, and just the perimeter of your ass, the ass cutter part, is gonna get like a bit burning from those fucking
Yo, brother.
poo spices.
It's like why do I even have nerves in my asshole, brother? I don't want to feel the food on the way out. I don't
come.
want to, like, you know what I mean? To come.
The G spot's in there, brother.
Your G spot's on your prostate, so it's not in there.
Huh?
You and Kat?
I haven't done it, but like I'll let her peg me if she wanted to. Yeah,
doesn't wanna
I've
do
been
it?
begging her for to
Bro,
get pegged.
do you
But she's
know,
like, no.
do you know that most bottoms asses don't work after 5 years of bottoming?
Yo,
5 years?
straight up, bro.
It's a random internet fact I came across. Apparently, bottoms, their butthole, they get butt incontinence. It's hard for them to hold shit. A lot of them wear diapers. I said that's a crazy sacrifice for an orgasm. I don't know if I'm built like that.
Honestly, though, she might as well peg me. I'm a bitch. Like she bitches me around, bro. She
Honestly,
bitches me around.
I've always
bro.
been dominant. I've always been dominant in sex. Like I like women to start sex and engage in because I'm a big consent guy. So I like the woman like starting and engaging it.
Yeah.
But once she started the sex, I'm taking over the sex.
No, obviously you got at least.
It's like a long-term loan.
I just mean like I'm my girl's bitch in life. Like she just bitches me around.
Yeah, I don't. And you know what?
Yeah, she's
That's
the-
good for some men. That's good. Yeah.
She's not smarter, bro. I know things
Yeah,
about
she's
like
probably-
fishing. She barely knows any types of fish.
I would say, okay,
I know like so many species
bro,
of fish,
I would
bro.
say that if it comes down to surviving at the end of like a nuclear something like that, okay, yeah, you're gonna win because you're a guy and you know and you have life skills.
And she's diabetic and won't be able to get
if
insulin.
if it comes down to like you guys have to go on Jeopardy, like I'm taking her 10 times out of 10.
No, the thing with those, I'm really quick-witted. Where like those things are timed answers. You need someone that's gonna give you an answers quick on those shows. She's
No, you have
she's
a
a bit
certain amount
slow
of
on
time.
it.
You have a certain amount of time.
We'd be a good duo at Fast Money in Family Food.
No, I think you guys would be really good in the fucking tube where they throw the money down in a cycle and you're just grabbing the money.
No, she's
One of
stiff
those.
and I'm stiff.
She's stiff?
Yeah, we're both stiff. we're two stiff
You're a fucking
people.
stiff ass baby pop out, bro.
No, I've been doing yoga. I'm
gonna come
open- I'm opening
Well,
up my
that's gonna come out like a
chakras.
plank. What is that? What is that? Fucking, it's gonna come out like the spoon from Toy Story 4.
Bro, what does your girl get mad at you for?
She doesn't.
See, that's the difference. My girl's always mad at me.
Yeah, well, like, I'm not gonna say my girl doesn't get mad at me. I'm gonna say that she doesn't press me or whatever makes her upset, or makes her upset.
My girl is not mad, but I haven't planned with the wedding. What guy plans a fucking wedding? You know?
I mean, I don't believe
I
in
give you the
marriage,
fucking
but
ring.
like, I would definitely plan it because it's my day too.
I wanted to plan it, and I'm like,
Like, I'd be that guy that's like about wearing a black tuxedo, I'm wearing like a peach one, and fight with her to death about it because I know it's gonna piss her off.
this was my plan.
Because
for
it's
the
my wedding too, you know.
This is
I'd
what
be
I wanted.
Groomzilla.
I'll tell you what I wanted. And she said no. Listen to this, guys. I wanted, during the ceremony, they'd be like, is there any objections to the wedding?
Yeah.
Lights dim. Star Wars music comes in. Darth Vader comes in. And then I have an epic lightsaber battle, kill the villain for her heart. How lit would that be?
That's just too much of you. Then you have to understand that like majority of women are just like selfish by nature, and like that's just because they have to be. That's too much of a you show at a wedding.
I think that's a heavy thing to say without properly explaining.
Well, like okay, like look at like how dating works, right? Like you give the girl the ring, you do all these things. Like it's always been taught as a man to do things for women,
Shut
and
up.
women are always taught to accept. If you ask the average woman what she's supposed to do for a guy, she won't know because she's never been programmed or taught her whole life to want to do something for a man.
It's true.
Her concept will be like, well, I fuck him. Instead of being like, well, like I listened to him when he had a hard day, or like I rub his back because he works construction, or those things don't come naturally to them because they just haven't been programmed that way. Whereas as a man, like when you enter a relationship, you have to bend what you want to a woman. Like a woman doesn't think that way entering a relationship. She thinks I'm perfect and you're gonna bend to me.
No, you know what my girl does?
I'm not saying all women. I'm just saying like the social construct of what you see dating being is perceived that way.
So the difference is you're the breadwinner in terms of like you provide everything for your household. So you
Right.
can be that way. My girl's like, I will do everything if you pay all the fucking bills
It's
yourself.
so funny because I tell her
And I'm like,
that shit all the time. I'm like, if you want to have more of a say, you can just pay half the bills, and then we can split the ideas. But like, you don't want to put up the bread. She's like, no.
So that
And she's like, I pay for some stuff, and I'm like, yeah, well, like I drive you around, so you're gonna put up on the insurance? Are you gonna pay for the car? No.
On the money.
that's what my
They
that-
never do, fam. And like it's natural though. Like a woman doesn't want to provide for herself. Like they've been tricked by modern society to think that they have to be their own go-getters. Like no,
Entitlement.
you're supposed to be sitting at home chilling, not worrying about what taxes are. Like that's what you were supposed to be doing. But then you guys decided we want to work and have a hard life too. It's fucking dumb. You know, I mean you guys got finessed. The system finessed you into that. You're like, I got to vote and like I got to work. Why would you want to do those things? Why would you want more responsibilities? That's why girls say things like, I'm just a girl. You don't want the responsibility.
You don't want it.
It's girl math. You don't actually want responsibility. Like you have it because you're an adult.
Oh, girl
And like, obviously you
dinner.
have to be responsible for your life. And like, yeah, things like girl dinner, all these
So
weird
stupid,
things
though.
that girls do is because like you were built to not have those responsibilities. Responsibility is supposed to be take care of the house, make sure the kids are fucking not killing themselves,
So you know what the worst
cook
part
and
is?
clean, grab shit from the garden. But we changed society, and women for millions of years had lived that way, and now they're cheese living in a way they didn't want to live naturally.
No, but the worst part is my girl wants to live that way, and she's like, your bitch ass needs to provide that.
Doesn't make enough.
Yeah, it doesn't make enough money.
Bro,
You're
Yeah.
a broke bitch.
Well, you know what?
And then
You know what? You
so
gotta hit
I
her
need
with
this money so I
You-
can become the man in
You
my
gotta
relationship
hit her
again.
with, hey, well, guess what? If I was the kind of man that made that kind of money, I'd pick a healthy girl. You gotta hit her with that
my
one.
God.
If I was a 1%er, why would I pick a bitch that's fucking sick all the goddamn time?
Diabetes, bitch.
sorry, cat. We're coming to your wedding.
Sorry, bud. Let me fucking kill you with an iced tea. Too many iced teas, you're out. You know?
You don't talk about my love of my life that way.
My fault,
brother.
OG. My fault, OG. I'm just saying, if she tries to get at you with the spice,
Sister too,
be like, you couldn't even get a 1%er.
Honestly, though, your sister with diabetes, though, I feel like she's in like a worse place, though. Even.
Yo, my
like.
Diabetes is way worse.
You know
Well,
what it is,
it's
fam?
'cause
Some
they
people
don't
are
take
just
care of
bad with their
themselves.
diabetes, bro.
They don't take care of
My
themselves.
mom was
That's-
diabetic her whole fucking life, and honestly, she's in good shape now because she changed her diet.
Still alive.
Yeah, but fam, this nigga be fucking baking cakes and eat all type of sweet shit all the time. I'm like, you want to lose your fingers, you stupid bitch? The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I want soul food.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you like, especially in the black community, like you know the dangers of diabetes, and like watching my mom have diabetes my whole life, maybe not even take it seriously. She'd be like, "Oh, you have to watch your insulin intake. You might get diabetes." I'm like,
You're for sure getting diabetes, bro.
if I was gonna get diabetes, I would have had it already.
No, but you're late onset. You're also gonna die
No.
probably what 55?
I'll probably die in my 60s, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll live that long. But that's only because my dad didn't live that long either, and he wasn't a smoker or drinker, so I can't expect longer.
Yeah, it's
You
tough.
know, like I
That's
would say
tough.
60s. If I'm lucky, late end the 60s.
Yeah.
I'm already at my halfway mark.
Hills is a tiny little man. He'll probably live to like
Those live forever.
105.
When there's less of you, you live longer.
Yeah.
I don't know why this guy's fucking smiling. You get to suffer for longer, stupid. Enjoy.
And you're gonna be way.
And you're gonna be old with them shitty old white people joints and shit. White people look like shit when they age. They never look good. Once they pass 80, they're always fucking bent over.
No, he's
fucking
gonna be one of those
shuffling over.
He's gonna be one of those old guys, but he's gonna be trying to dress hip because of his clientele. He's gonna like way off.
He's still be wearing that fucking hat, bro. He's gonna be like, you know, he's gonna wear a cap on his head and be like, yo, I'm still a guy. Scott Storch is a horrible example. I wouldn't put Johnny in the Scott Storch bag. That's awful. I wouldn't do him like that. Scott fucking Storch.
Holy fuck.
Yo, he's just awful. He's just awful.
How old is he?
Yeah, he's probably like in his 40s, 50s. He's Dre's age.
Have you guys been watching? I'm not sure you people watch it much.
You
but
people crazy.
You guys
Go
been,
on.
been watching the Leafs?
It's game
You
7
people,
tonight. The Blacks.
the people who are very the guys
actually bet
the guys that have
Leafs,
been to jail
actually.
in the room.
Who's been in jail?
Hills hasn't been. You've been to jail, Hills? You haven't? You were telling me how you got in fights in jail literally before this podcast. You.
That's before the podcast.
Speaking of that, I think we did want to get a good quality version of your story of getting your ass kicked in the dawn.
We already that's
No,
already
but-
on a pod.
But we need that nice high quality audio of what happened.
Nah. We can bring up other jail fights.
All right, give us a jail fight story. I'll tell you a schoolyard fight, a hockey fight story.
Oh my god.
I'll give you one.
I don't want
was
to hear
like-
about fights where someone might not die.
No, I was like, hey, bud. 1-5 fucked your sister. And this guy didn't like that. He came at me. We threw knuckles there a bit quick. And then he
Threw
fucked off and
knuckles.
had a beer after the game. I was
You know, I will say that I do admire white people's ability to get in fights and still be friends right away after, or like make friends.
yeah.
You know, black people like we get into a fight and it's like I gotta kill this nigga later.
White guys
This
would be
nigga
like,
gotta die. He
What?
put his hands on me. He gotta die.
White
Yo,
guy-
where's his best friend live? Somebody getting shot.
white guys will be like, how'd you meet your best man? He'll be like, yeah, I was grade 7. I knocked him out in a schoolyard scrap and
It's
stomped
true.
on his face
It's true.
for like.
It's true. You know what? I will say, black people, we have too much fucking pride. I think that's the downfall of the black community more than anything is pride. And like, not only just
And white woman.
no, not that, but like
White woman had dated back to your downfall a long
the biggest
time.
downfall of the black community, in my humble opinion, is pride in things you should not have pride in. Like, bitches are like, I'm a baby mama. Bitches are like, oh, fuck my baby daddy. Like, the culture of being excited about being a loser is the biggest problem with the black community. Like, oh, my baby daddy's the biggest dope boy in the city. Like, I fucked that nigga, he gave me a half quarter for free. Like, just all the dumb shit you hear about on black Twitter, it's like, this is why we can't get ahead.
But is that just what's projected? Like, I'm sure there's lots of good quality
No, of course, but
black
I'm talking
people
about,
that aren't like
I'm talking
that,
about
bro.
black pop culture. That's the problem with
American
black pop culture.
American.
Which is what drives black pop culture. It's not,
Not
you know what I
these
mean?
Nigerians
When people
doing
think
that.
about black pop culture, they don't think about Nigeria. They don't think about Canada. They don't think about places where other black people are. They think about American culture. American blacks. They are the face of black people, whether they like it or not. And what they have chosen to display is why all of us get flack.
Yo, but that Kanye Hail Hitler song is low-key catchy.
I'm not
High-key
even gonna
catchy.
fucking lie to you.
I hate that it's catchy.
Yo,
I hate
I'll
it.
be in the car like, yeah, I can't even lie. Like, this shit's a hit.
If it
It's a hit.
was if it was allowed on Spotify, it probably would be like
It's
song
on
of the
Twitter.
summer. Yeah, but like no
on
one's going
Twitter.
on like listening to music on thing. If it,
I mean, I am
You're listening to that song in the car?
low,
That's a funny skit.
very low.
I walk up like you're listening to the new
I can't
Kanye
lie.
song.
And it's a funny thing because when you play that song, there's this feeling of I might get in trouble.
Yeah. It's like the thrill of it.
It's the thrill behind it.
So listen to this sketch idea. Just idea. White guy listening to that song in the car. He goes up to like pulls up and he's like, oh shit, turns it down the light. You pull up, bumping it, and then it's just like, right on, brother, right on.
Do I appreciate or do I like?
No, you're also bumping it. Like
No,
you're
but
just, like, proudly
am
bumping
I
it.
looking at him like you're a poser or like you shouldn't be bumping it, or am I like in solidarity with
I
him?
think it's like a split second like thought and then solidarity with it.
I can rock with that.
You know? That's funny though, like
But the thing, I know
The
what he's
thrill of you're
trying
not
to
supposed to do
say.
it.
I understand what Kanye's trying to say. You just can't say it.
I don't know what he's trying to say.
I know what he's trying.
He's trying to say hail the fucking
no, but he's literally
Fuhrer.
said it. His point was that like you can go on Spotify right now. You can go on Apple Music right now and find songs appreciating slavery, racial songs with severe undertones about black people. Easily, you can download those songs. They're fine. You can stream those.
Shout out Johnny Rebel.
Johnny Rebel, for instance.
I don't think his is on streaming.
They
His
are.
is very.
They are.
I don't
but
think so.
At least on
looked.
YouTube for sure.
I've looked.
At least on YouTube for sure.
I've tried to
And
download it.
You can't have a song like HH on Spotify. It just shows you, you know what I mean? When it's offensive, if it's offensive to a certain group, it can't make it. And even double down on that. Look how many rap records you have. My apologies for saying this.
N-words in Paris?
No, Kill That Faggot by Styles P, which is like an obscene song. The chorus is chanting "Kill That Faggot," which is obscene. He's not talking about the gay community when he says it. He's talking about an op, or whatever the case may be. But that's very offensive to that community. That song is on there. I can download that right now on Spotify or Apple. It's on there. But this guy says Heil Hitler on a record, no go. So it just kind of shows you what he's pointing to. He's like, yo, there are certain people that are in power in this industry that are going to let certain things fly and other things not fly.
Yeah.
And we should be aware of that and ask questions why.
But
because if it's offensive across the borderline.
All jokes aside, it does also showcase the power that these distributors have right now.
Absolutely.
And they're not even like, they're not the creators of art. They're literally just like the middleman of the art to the
but
artist.
actually, look at the record.
They have a lot of power.
Let's say if it was on Spotify, and I'll be honest with you, that song has too much power. If that song were to be on Spotify, it'd be streaming like a motherfucker.
Ironically and unironically.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. People will be playing it because they like it. People will be playing it to show it for shock factor. The song would do numbers, and that in itself is part of the reason why they don't want it. Because as
they know
says,
it'll catch.
They know it will catch, and
catchy,
they want to say there's a
stupid.
rise in anti-Semitism. But guess what? The song is
There definitely
out.
is, though.
I don't think there's a rise in anti-Semitism.
I think it's just more vocal.
I think people are just openly more racist about anything in general. I don't think it's particularly against the Jews. I feel like everybody that has a gripe to pick with anyone is more open to speaking on it.
It's true. But I also think that, like, with the Israel-Palestine stuff, that really drew up the people's, like, hatred for
100%. But I think, I want to say another part of the reason of that, too, also is because they are the only group that I can see, at least on record, and doing it a lot, falsifying things happening and being like, oh, like, someone put swastikas on a synagogue, and then you find out later there's a Jewish guy that did it. Like, that shit is weird.
Someone put a swastika on my car at my old place.
I remember we were saying that. We talked about that last pod, actually.
Did we? Yeah. Yeah, it was
But
in the
I'm
snow.
saying,
It was,
like-
like, written in the snow. They didn't actually draw it.
Yeah, but, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that makes all them bad or whatever the case may be, but I'm just saying, like, when things like that happen, it makes you kind of, like, point an eye, like, and be like, yo, like, of course bad things happen. Of course there are people that are racist and anti-Semitic, but, like, when you're willing to, like, make up a false claim just to get the support, we have to actually check your mental health. We have to. We have to look at you and be like, what the hell's going on here? Because, like, I personally know Jewish people that I'm cool with that are super friendly, super kind, giving people
Yeah.
that would give you the shirt off their back and wouldn't want to pick down for every penny they see on the ground. They would just walk past it. As much as people want to make that joke.
Well, like, stereotypes are just fun. That's recreational
They
racism.
are fun, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like that is probably the group outside of like the trans people that take the most offense to any joke against
But
them.
honestly, those generic stereotype jokes are what we partake in, which is recreational racism.
Yeah,
Which is
I
like
agree, yeah,
lighthearted racial banter.
Yeah, no, lighthearted. I don't want to see
That's
any
like goes to like just like you're fucking with your buddy kind of vibe.
I don't want to see any laws enacted or anything, you know what I mean? That's one of a couple jokes. Like,
Yeah, and that's like even
and that's what I
when,
do on this podcast. Like, people hear this shit and probably like might think like,
when
oh,
I
this
say
guy's-
you people, I'm
this
just
guy's
doing it
super
because
serious. Exactly, and like, you know what I mean? And
just
I play
satirically.
along with that because, like, you know what I mean? not serious.
I'm trying to make a
but
bit
there are
about
people
that.
that would think it's serious, bro. There are people sit there and be like, this black guy is just letting that white guy say that. It's like, brother, if I thought that he was that kind of white guy, would I sit and do a fucking podcast with him every week? Like,
maybe.
maybe
more
I'm
famous.
a fucking clout demon. You have more followers than me. Maybe I just need the clout.
Yeah, all 9,000. Yo, bro, I've been going crazy numbers.
You have 9,000 followers now?
Crazy numbers, bro.
Holy fuck, bro! I thought you had like 5K. You're going up.
Marner's room is was doing some numbers. Third year in a row, I reposted this video.
But you know what? It takes that certain moment sometimes, bro.
It was just hot, and I was like, oh, I
you know
don't have
what?
time to make content. I'm
It's
just gonna post
so
this.
funny because I saw it and I was like, this isn't new.
And then like other accounts are
I
posting.
just going up. I was like, oh fuck, like that makes sense, like But yo, it's like that, bro.
Hills was saying that though. He's like, you should repost it. And like, it's something because someone was like, yo, how'd you fucking do this? Like,
get in some
they just lost the game. Like, how'd you do
What do you
this?
mean? They always just lose the fucking game,
Like,
idiot.
I'm like,
That's the point.
Yeah.
The song, you could drop that song 100 years from now.
Post it
Like-
once a year, every year until the day they win the cup.
Yes. And
should-
even when they do win the cup, people will be playing it satirically.
Just because that video is doing good, I was gonna go on my guitar and do a video doing a remix of "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
You
But
can play the guitar?
yeah,
I
don't
should've
worry,
figured.
don't worry, believe. And my girl's like, honestly, I don't think it's gonna.
No,
hit.
you should have done Don't Stop Believing.
Oh.
Don't stop believing.
We gotta get in the studio ASAP,
Come on, bro.
Hells. Don't stop. Because if they win tonight, that video is another viral video right there.
There you go. You're in the studio right now, so I can cut the session short and you can fucking punch that in.
Believe in. You just need like what?
Hold on to that feeling.
You need like 45 seconds, Hills? Like just the hook
Yeah.
even?
Street lights, people.
Whoa!
You gotta rewrite it though and make it like leafy,
You gotta get in it, bro.
I won't.
Get a couple either. Easy clout, bro.
I'm gonna take the easy clout from the podcast, but not from the music. I'm gonna earn my stripes in this music game. I'm gonna suffer.
You gotta Miles it.
Who?
You know Miles?
No.
Oh my god, he
Who's
has
you-
a Kanye
I know
verse.
the name though. I know the name. I kept putting
He's,
my finger on
he's
it.
like
Pause.
he's like that joke rapper. He makes like these like awful like melodies. He's like Detroit based. He always wears a ski mask.
yeah. He's jokes. He's hilarious.
Up on my grandma.
He's like the
She
new.
called me an N-word.
Yeah, he's like the new little B. Almost.
Yeah, but it's actually kind of listenable somehow. It's like kind of catchy and funny.
It just shows you that the brain is a very magical machine.
It is.
Because I hear it. I know exactly what you mean. I'm like, yo, I've heard it, and I listened to the whole song, and I said, why did I sit through this?
And he runs numbers. He got a Kanye.
He does.
He got it on Kanye's album that's supposed to be coming out. He has
Really?
Because apparently his daughter's a big fan of Miles, which makes sense. That generation.
Yep.
And then he probably saw.
Bro,
it,
they
like,
love
this
the
is
brain rot and
hilarious.
shit, and I feel like our generation had a lot of good brain rot, but like the young shit, I think it's garbage. We had like Invincible, Unspeakable, Untouchable. What the fuck is that shit? The guy in the forest, the black guy yelling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was the original. Which honestly, never understood what he was saying when I was a kid. I would watch the video.
Yeah.
I was like, people say this is
Unforgettable
funny.
or Unforgivable, what the fuck it was.
Yeah, like what's he yelling about?
Yes.
And
And there was the
that
other
makes
one too.
sense.
The
Is he alive now? You think?
welcome to the bread store. We got bread, bagels, loaves. You remember that one?
Yeah.
I want gluten-free bread. I don't give a fuck what the gluten is. Make sure it's in that shit. That shit is fucking funny. Or the pizza store one. Welcome to the pizza store. Can I get a boneless pizza? You ever seen these?
No. I
Oh
haven't seen
my
that
god,
one.
bro. That's the brain rot from our generation. That shit is actually funny. The young kids, the skibbity toilet, and like, I don't know.
Vines too was kind of brain
Oh,
rot.
fuck, bro. I love Vine. Yeah, no, Vine definitely is.
Vine was a
the
brain
6
rot
second
app.
shit. Oh my god, bro. I loved it though. Fucking Amanda Cerny and King Botch and all those guys.
Fuck.
Funny enough, those guys, King Botch and those guys were actually behind what the fuck is that network where all the fucking buffoonery with the black girls happens, like Bad Girl Club and shit.
Oh.
They were behind that originally and they got fucked out of the deal.
Yo, have you seen the Straight Out of the Six? Straight Girls Out of the Six? What's that video?
Actually,
Real
no,
Girls of the Six? Or
I know
whatever?
what's on that.
What do you think of that?
I feel like I said it before. I'm like, Toronto needs to find its own sauce, and I understand people in the city, the content creators, they want to find a way to make it, and this is a good template for them to make it. But I just feel like from the city, as creators, we have to come up with our own shit. We have to make our own thing where these other people are like, oh, that's trending. They try to copy us because we're the last place people are checking.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like when I'm watching those 20 verse, where I'm not watching the Canadianized version of it. I want to see the original one, whether it's the UK one or the Atlanta one. That's what I'm gonna watch when it comes
So
up
if
on
we
my
were to
feed.
create one, I know a guy that has one of these white rooms. What would it be?
Do something different, bro. We have to think outside the box. We have to sit there and brainstorm and genuinely be like, yo, what can we come up with that's watchable, that it still fits into that brain rot bullshit people want to see on the internet, but we're not copying somebody else's sauce and just stealing it.
Yeah. You know what would be funny? It'd be hard to do, but if you had girls like sitting there and the guys come in and they're like, fix that, you know, like get guys like actually having to like try to like do shit. But it'd be too hard to set up, you know?
You know what would be a good show idea? We get like a group of girlfriends that have been girlfriends for like the first like 6 months. They just became friends and see if they can pass the 3-year-old fresh threshold of being friends. Like, can they be friends for longer than 3 years?
Friend group competition.
Yeah,
Which
like,
friend group's stronger?
Which friend
You
group's
bring two
stronger?
friend
Like,
groups.
you know what I mean? We get one that's like a little bit older, has turmoil, but they're keeping it going. A fresh one.
No, but
like,
you could
know what
even
I mean?
do. You start off with like
and one that has like a secret, like they betray each other, but like only we know.
what you gotta do is you find a base couple, and then you get her friend group, his friend group, and then they go against each other. And
Yeah,
then
but you can't do
which
guy friend group against girlfriend group because guys are gonna win every time.
No, but
A
you
guy's
might be,
friend group is always more solid than a girl's friend group.
But like it would be good to prove that, to really like
know what
play
I
that
mean?
out in like a real
I'm
sense.
not gonna say that because like as a guy, like obviously I've gone through having like shitty friends and like guys that have snaked me and
People
shit.
that don't come to your wedding when you send them a fucking save the date.
Well,
months
you know
and months
what?
and
You can
months
always
in
be happy
advance.
that you don't have to come to mine.
I want love of the invite though. I'm white. I love getting invited to people of colors events.
I mean, fuck, I usually white it down for you guys anyway. It's not like too black, so you feel like, you know,
But you're
alienated.
not getting married to your baby mama. Anyone who calls their girl their baby mama is not planning on getting fucking married.
You know what's funny? Because like my baby mama says that all the time. She's like, "Why do you call my baby mama?" I'm like, "Well,
'Cause
that's
you're
an
not my wife.
I'm like, "It's an upgrade from my girlfriend. Like, there's girlfriend, there's baby mama, and then there's like wife, which you won't be because I will never get married."
Baby mama.
She wants me to refer to her as a girlfriend. Yeah, as my girlfriend.
Baby mama is what you say when you willingly cheat.
Shit is far more serious than that, and you're like,
Yeah.
No, baby
I'm
mama.
like, if I say to a girl that I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I have a girlfriend," she'd be like, "I don't give a fuck. I want to fuck you." If I say I have a baby mama, like, "Oh, I don't want to get involved. You have a family." That's like, I'm not saying all girls will think that way, but I'm gonna say it's more of a deterrent.
far more of a deterrent.
It's a way more of a deterrent. Like, yeah, I live with my baby mom's like,
There's bitches out there that don't want to date niggas with kids.
yes.
There's a bunch of
But the difference is they're lying.
they do.
They're lying. Like when men say that shit, they mean that shit. They might get caught up in a situation, but they don't actually. Whereas women will say like, "I don't want to fuck with a nigga with a kid," and then fuck with a nigga that has a kid that he doesn't take care
I know
of.
someone that's and I'm like, they're lying.
Yeah.
I know they're lying. I know you're
And that's also a red flag to me. Like I think women that like men that have kids that they don't take care of, I'm like, you don't have any morals to stand on. You know, like whatever sister fucking hood that you say you have, you don't fucking believe in that shit. You have a kid without a dad, you goofy bitch.
A lot of people cheating out there too.
Yeah, but cheating's just so normalized now.
You guys cheat so much, probably.
No, I used to.
This guy's definitely a cheater. I could not imagine this guy being faithful. If you had to put your money on it, if I was a betting man, I'd be like, this guy.
Well, I don't even care though. Like that's the
Is
whole
a
thing. Like
piece of shit.
I don't care about cheating in general unless it's like happening to me or it's happening to my friend because my friend feels like shit about it. But like outside of it, it's like, bro, people cheat. Like, who am I to police other people's shit? Like, when I see those people that like want to police some random person's relationship, like, oh, I saw that guy and like I know his girl is like, you don't actually know them though. Are you actually friends with those people?
Yeah,
Then why do
true.
you care?
Yeah,
People spend too much energy caring about other people.
if you're close.
Back to the Canadian government.
What about them?
We need to start caring about Canadians first, fam. Like I saw, what did we send? Like $5 million to some fucking place in Africa to teach them like not to rape? I'm sorry, but what's the $5 million going to do?
It's a good cause. It's a good
I'm not saying it's not a
cause.
good cause, but I'm saying what is it going to do?
It's gonna-
I want like this is the whole thing
They're
about
gonna
it.
hire an anti-rape
I
teacher.
feel like fuck the news. You guys need to tell us exactly what this money is going and what it's doing. I want to know exactly where every dollar is being delegated. Because why do they need $5 million for that? I feel like $5 million could build more in Africa than tell them not to rape. My humble opinion. I feel like $5 billion Canadian dollars could build an entire fucking neighborhood in certain places in Africa, a couple wells, maybe a school.
Maybe some air conditioning.
And I feel like being civilized is what keeps you from not raping. The more civilized you get. Except for Japan, because and India. I don't know what's going on over there. They're first world, but they ain't acting first world. I don't know.
wouldn't say first world. What is first world and what is second world?
Second world,
I
when
heard
you're
of
close.
first and third. What the fuck is the
So
second
second world. So I remember when I was younger, Trinidad was a second world country for the longest time because it's when you're almost first world, but you still
But
got too
you're-
much third world stink.
I think, yeah, it's like you're developed like first world, but you're predominantly
It
not
just means
white.
that you're not
so-
a white country. Yeah, you're not a white country. All
You're
white countries are
second
first world.
world.
And that's why they try to get rid of the saying because they're like, oh, it's not fair. But like, yo, first worldness was created for a reason. Like, there's a reason why France is still taking money from African colonies. Like,
Money, right? Why are they doing that? That's mean of them.
no, 100%. Well, that's the whole point of this shit, right? It's just like white nations usually have money because they're taking it from another nation and fucking over another country.
And
I
then-
just don't care because I live in a white nation. what used to be a white nation.
And then they don't even really. I'm sure they don't even do much for their own people either. They end up.
And
just
that's my whole
spending
point
on
of it.
their
Like, you know
dumb
what I mean?
shit.
Like, once again, we live in these fucking places that we're so privileged, we're so blessed, yet in the same breath, we're giving away every last dollar to some fucking foreign aid place that we don't even give a fuck about, while we're here, sitting here in this first world, so blessed, struggling. Struggling.
First world or 51st state?
Yeah, I don't want to be American. You know, I love
No,
America.
no, I
There's
want the
nothing wrong with
passport.
America.
Let's get the fucking North American
and
Union.
listen, that'd be great for me too.
North
It'd be
American
great for me.
Union.
It'd be great for my
NAU.
career.
A lot of good stuff, but too much bad.
Yeah, brother.
For a union?
you
No,
need to
because we're
understand
separate.
American psyche, fam.
Too much bad that comes with
Americans are not like other people on this earth. They are not. I don't know if you've been to America that many times.
Bro,
The energy is simply different there.
I'm going Tuesday to Florida with these braids.
You will see.
Will
You'll
there be
see.
will there be issues you think looking like this?
no,
in
I'm not saying
Florida.
there's gonna be issues, but there's just something about Americans. Like everywhere I go,
every year.
and when I go like the Dominican Republic and I see Americans, I always know. I don't meet someone and then they start talking and I'm like, oh, you're American. I'm like, I know. I just look at you and I can feel the energy. I'm like, you're fucking American.
It's
happens all the
obvious.
time.
They always have a fucking American clothing. Literally.
They'll be telling me that they're like from some place and I just Google it after. And it's like, this is a sundown town. I'm like, oh dear.
What's sundown mean?
Oh, you don't know what sundown town is?
Let me guess. After sundown, you gotta be out, or else you're in trouble.
Yes, if you're black.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
So like, it's not as bad as it used to be, obviously, in the
So
60s.
that's what Grandpa meant.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's not as bad as it used to be, but like those places are still dangerous for black people. They're still like, and once again, I'm not against segregation. If you're white, you hate black people, you guys want to all live together and fuck each other, go for it.
Go to Iceland.
Go for it.
Go.
I just don't want to see any of you in political office
Wow.
because I don't need you spreading racial propaganda that's unfounded because you haven't even experienced black people because your concept of them is on TV because you live in a town that's all white and has been for 100 years. I'm not saying you can't live your life that way. That's fine. People are allowed to be ignorant. They just shouldn't be allowed to spread widespread ignorance.
I think you want like a few in the house, but you don't want them leading the party.
Exactly.
You know, you want a couple that are
like,
out in
what
the
I mean?
house.
Like, what's the world without people like that?
We'll hear
Is
you
it dead?
out. Are
We're
we
good?
done? Are we good? Are we up? How long were we out for?
What?
How long were we out for?
What?
How long
did it
were we
go
not-
off?
How long were we?
Oh my God.
This guy used to
Language.
slur. Are we? How long are we going, Trevor? Should we end this shit?
Fuck, I don't know, bro.
Do you have a new song coming out? Tell us your new
I
song.
do. Yeah, I have a new song coming out. Hot Chocolate. It'll be out on the 25th audio. I just shot the video. That's going to be coming soon. Pause. Hee hee. I'll probably drop the video in June.
Nice. I got doing a show in Thunder Bay on
Yeah, I saw that.
June 7th.
Yeah, it's fucking deep, bro.
Flying out.
Yeah, for sure. You have to.
Well, I could drive, but fuck that.
Like
I'd rather,
6-7 hour
I'd rather
flight
lose
drive?
profits on the show and just fly.
Yeah, but the flight's not going to be that expensive.
It's an 18-hour drive,
How long the
Jesus.
like an hour and a half. It's not bad. I do it for work every year. It's like not great because it's Thunder fucking Bay, but buy tickets if you're from there. Like for sure, buy tickets.
100%, yeah.
Got a show in Scarborough coming
Thunder
up,
Bay. Oh, fuck,
June
bud.
20th. You guys should pull up to the
I
Scarborough
won't,
show.
I won't leave. I won't leave by then. So, like, you know what I mean? If I actually put it on my calendar, maybe I will.
It's at Fusion. Have you guys ever been there? I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's in Ajax, right? The food
no.
place?
It's in Scarborough.
Oh, yes, yeah. I know that place. Yeah. By
Fusion,
Kennedy.
I've never been there. Is it good?
Yeah, I've been there before. It's all right. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for comedy.
There's a weird kind of like
I was actually
music
hoping
thing.
to be at his wedding still. How many other black people are going?
I was hoping. There's a few. Don't worry.
You won't be the
worry.
only one. You're gonna get outed.
Hills is going too, so you'll be alright.
Yeah, Hill's blackish.
And Jared, he's disabled. I don't know. Take that for what you will.
I guess that's kind of a black thing. Ginger's the new black. Did you see that? And if you rearrange Ginger, you know what you get.
Yeah, Ginger is the new black, which honestly is so bullshit. Like, it's so bullshit. I got cornrows. I've been putting in the work. I've been doing my time with these people.
Doing my
And
time with these people.
The
is
Gingers just
hilarious.
get it. The Gingers just get it.
This
They
is
don't.
some
They don't
bullshit.
actually get it because they hated Ariel.
This is some cultural This is, and
Bro's pissed about the hair right now.
fucking. There's a lot of bitches out there that'll fuck niggas, but they don't bring them home, right?
Yeah, for sure. My daughter, future daughter.
It's mine too.
Would you
Would I? Let's say it in the mic. Say his question in the mic so the viewers can hear it.
wear these braids on your wedding day?
So our camera guy is asking if he would wear his braids on the wedding day, and I don't think your girlfriend would allow it. So
And that's the answer. She wouldn't. I asked for permission. She said no.
You did ask?
I did ask.
bro, it's so funny.
I did ask.
It's so funny to me. Call me a misogynist, but I would never ask my girlfriend for permission for anything. With that also being said, she shouldn't be asking me for permission either. We're adults. We consult each other and say, this is what I want to do,
Have you asked her?
and that's what it is. But permission is crazy.
What is wrong
She said it's going to ruin the photos.
It's disingenuous, so it's not really Kevin.
That's what's hilarious about it.
That is what's hilarious.
And she gets mad at me for always making a joke of things.
You've worn it like 5 times for the past year.
Honestly,
twice
I
now.
gotta say, like, she has to
But
be fucking mentally ill to be mad at you for making a joke of things. Like, you're a comedian.
No, I know, but
What
I
does
joke about
she
everything in
expect?
like real life. So she's like, not everything's a joke, especially at my fucking wedding.
Duh, but you're fucking marrying a comedian. Everything is a joke.
This kind of hairstyle.
Literally.
For white guys before, so I don't see what the problem.
You look like a Viking.
It kind of looks alright.
Viking babe.
It
what
actually
you be
doesn't
saying.
look bad. I want to wear it for when I go on tour. I'm planning tour, and I want to wear it on tour.
Problem.
Because she
It's because she
wants-
secretly doesn't like blacks.
Yeah, she secretly hates them. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, it's not a secret anymore.
No, she doesn't hate blacks. It's the Indians, but
That's crazy.
it's the Indians.
I will end on that note.
She is Canadian. All right,
We will end on that note.
follow me, CringeKev. My girl's actually not racist, most likely, probably not.
A little bit.
He's K-Trey.
Sometimes.
Follow us.
Cultural appropriator.
We off this.
He would have worn them on his wedding day.
I would have worn that on my wedding day. I'm not a cultural appropriator.
If
We
you could.
off. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and follow and all the other stuff.
Beep, beep,
Bye.
boop, doop.